Минулого тижня на елегантній імпрезі Шевченківська фундація проголосила переможця конкурсу «Кобзар», призначеного на розвиток письменництва на українські теми в Канаді.
Сьогодні ми на дуже цікавій події. Це вручення літературної премії «Кобзар». Ця премія відзначує автора, який найкраще представив українську, канадську тематику через різні літературні жанри. Номінанти на премію «Кобзар» цього року були Елізабет Бачинський з книжкою «God of Missed Connections», Пол Лавердю з книжкою «Redemption and Ritual», Рандал Меггс з книжкою «Nightwork», Савчук Poems і Муррей Андрю Пура з книжкою «Зо». Автори мали можливість прочитати уривки з книжок. Які критерії ви використовували на вибору номінантів? Чи більше уваги звертали на художність чи на тематику?
Одна включно з другою. Бо тему треба гарно розв'язати і представити, і це дуже важне. І ми шукали, щоб була тема українсько-канадська, то найважніша для нас точка. Але при тім також мусить стиль письменства також буде на дуже високому рівні. То через це, що письменники вибирають письменники, то ця остання критерія дуже важна.
І прошу описати процес виборів.
Процес виборів складається peer review, тобто письменники вибирають письменників. І ми все стараємося вибрати письменників канадських, які вже знані в літературному світі, і тоді просимо їх з їхньої спеціалізації. Бо в нас є 4 журі, і вони тоді складають, перевірюють всі книжки, читають і вирішують, котра з них найгарніше виконана і яка найліпше представляє українську канадську тему.
So what inspired you in your writing?
Oh, there's so many inspirations for writing, and sometimes you need to find a different inspiration every day. Mainly, I'm interested in the intersection of religion and language, and I found this particular topic about the Ukrainian Canadians a fascinating topic.
And how has your Ukrainian background influenced you as a Canadian? How has that impacted your writing and your life?
Funnily enough, I have no Ukrainian background. I was already well into my 30s when I was asked whether I'd be interested in doing this book, to go to Saskatchewan, partly because a lot of the early documents relating to the Redemptorists are in Latin and in French. So they needed someone who was comfortable in those languages. They wanted someone to take care of their archives, to be able to translate these documents, and to make sense of them, to create a new history of the Ukrainian Catholics in Canada. They thought it would be easier to bring me with the skills I had and teach me some Ukrainian than to find someone who spoke Ukrainian and teach them all the other skills they would need. So that's how it came about that I went to Saskatchewan to do this.
What was driving your decision to sponsor this event?
We are very proud and privileged to be a part of this event and supporting the Ukrainian culture and certainly the Shevchenko Foundation.
And is this your first year sponsoring this event?
This is Turner & Porter's first year, and we look forward to a great event and continue support in the future.
Well, what has inspired you?
To become a writer or with this
Yes.
particular subject? I think I've been writing all my life. I mean, it was something I would do in the dark, you know, with a flashlight and a box of popcorn, and that just was something that as I say, done from the beginning. With this particular project, Terry Sawchuk was a person that played hockey in Winnipeg when I lived in Winnipeg, and he was just always a hero of mine.
По кількості людей бачимо, що людям подобається і вони зацікавлені такою подією. І, напевно, не було легко зорганізувати таку подію. Прошу розказати нам про організацію.
Ви знаєте, тому 7 літ тому ми думали про цей Кобзарський премію. І хотіли, я би сказав, спочатку розвивати свідомість про речі, що діються в Канаді. In the methodology of the Kobzar Literary Award, we wanted to make sure that there was a critical mass of writing. To do it every 2 years, Shodval Roke, is for us the optimum way of getting enough works produced, published, because they have to be published by independent publishers, and properly juried to be able to conduct such a wide-ranging award that we have now.
What inspired you to write your book?
My book is based on a story really from my own family. We grew up with two aunts who we couldn't invite to the same festive holidays together because they fought like cat and dog. And one of them had grown up being a card-carrying communist, and the other basically, I guess, a card-carrying Catholic. And I thought, well, I wonder what ever happened when they were young women. Of course, it changes your whole life because you don't know anything about your parents and grandparents and all that. And then you find all these stories that they never told you about what people went through when they immigrated here. And yeah, it was very fascinating doing the research.
It's a very moving process, actually. The story of people in Ukraine and Ukrainian Canadians is a very, it's often fraught with tragedy. So it was actually a very difficult book for me to write. I found it often very moving. I think when I finished this book, I didn't know where it would take me. And I'm very, very pleased it's brought me here because it's brought me to a community of people that I very much want to connect with. My book is called God of Missed Connections, and there are none of those here tonight.
The Board of Directors of the Shevchenko Foundation is proud to announce the winner of this year's Kobzar Literary Award is Randall Maggs for Night Worship of Softchuk poems.
Дуже дякую за увагу. Я називаюся Катерина Шпір і було дуже приємно з вами провести цей час. До наступного разу!